Hey, welcome back to Hillbilly Adventures. Today we're going to play with trains. So, as some of you know, if you've watched my videos, my father passed a while back, and my mom gave me some of his train sets. One of which I gave to my brother. I have another one that's kind of broken. That's just on display on the coffee table. It doesn't work. And also, I have this one, which is one of the last ones that he had. Um, my dad was into trains. I never really thought about it much as a hobby for him. And then I got thinking back on it as a kid. And every time he bought us a train set, he was more excited than us. And it kind of makes sense now. He also talked about when he was a kid, he had a Lionel set. And he's always had trains. He even had a great big old, I think it's G scale, back in the day, that was battery operated. That he like they had the whole Christmas thing. I think Santa Claus drove it and everything. He loved that thing, and it got tore up. But anyway, this is one my mom had bought him. It's through the Bradford Exchange. And it's one of those things where you sign up and every month you pay a fee and they send you another car. My mom couldn't afford that. So she got him the engine here and one car that came with it. The and he wanted it. He liked the old school Batman. And I mean it's pretty cool, and I've run it. Um, I've never been into trains that much. I mean, I think the old man bought me a few sets back in the day, and I always tore them up, and I never really took care of that stuff. We were sticking firecrackers. Let's burn it down. Same thing we did with probably $1 million worth of Star Wars figures back in the day, and melt their face off for fun with magnifying lenses. But anyway, it was a little different time. I'm Gen X, so there you go. Anyway, my mom gave me his sets, and I decided to set it up, and yeah, I got hooked. Yeah, I've been into RC forever, and never really did the train thing or even understood the interest. I kind of get it. Set up mine or going around our Christmas tree this year, and let it go around a few times, and the next thing I know, I was on eBay, and oh Lord, yeah, Christmas shopping for myself. And I bought this. Not sure what area you're around, but I grew up with Norfolk Southern Railroad and them flying by the house, all the time as a kid. And so I bought me one. And I just actually got this in today. It was kind of funny. I was down on the ground messing with the train by the doorway when the post office lady knocked on the front door, like scared me to death. And when I popped up, like scared her to death. But I just put that one on the track and let it rip. It's pretty cool. It's got lights and stuff in it. I've got a couple videos I'll show you. So anyway, I'm new to this whole thing. I know jack squat about trains. So I've been on the YouTube watching a bunch of videos, and understand this is HO scale, but the weirdest thing is, it's like I'm watching other people work on HO scale, and they're working on these things, and they look bigger than what I have. So I wonder if, like, I guess the different brands cause them to be, maybe the scaling's off a little bit, kind of like with RC. I mean, 1/10 scale, doesn't all look the same. You have some, vehicles are a little bigger than another 1/10 scale of the same vehicle, and you're like a little wonky. So maybe the scaling is off a little bit. Not sure. But it's been fun playing around with it. I do not have the room for one of those great big tracks or anything like that. Planning on getting a building here in 2025 and move a bunch of this hobby stuff out there. I'll have room then. I'll probably set up a small track just to fool around a little bit. But I found it enjoyable. This engine I bought here is, I don't know anything about these brands. Axial, Traxxas, stuff like that. I know. This is the Norfolk Southern is a Anthern. Is that what it is? I didn't pay 312 for it. Lord, no, I got for $25. I'm always in for a deal. And today I actually went to a supposed to be a die cast and train swap meet kind of thing. And I actually took my cameras. I was going to do a little videotape in there, but then I got there and it was like, wasn't that great? So it really wasn't worth filming for you guys. And there was one guy. Well, I take it back. There's two vendors that had trains there. One of them had a Dale Earnhardt train, and he wanted over $100 for the set, which never been a NASCAR fan, so that didn't really enthuse me at all. And the other guy had some really, really old stuff, but it was in terrible shape. I didn't even ask him what he wanted for it because he had a locomotive engine there that was really cool, but it was just rusted all to crap. You could see like in the inside, it was just full of just rust and oxidization from zinc rotting in it, just pouring out the bottom. It was still in the box. Looked like it never been opened, but it was just everything, yeah, beyond my scope of understanding. So I didn't want to get into that. Maybe I've seen there's a couple of people I've seen on YouTube that have videos where they do repair work on trains, and they've fixed way worse than that. I'm not that guy. My eyes aren't that great, and I got my old man specs here to work on 1/10 scale RC stuff. This is a whole different animal. It's a little small, so I didn't want to fool around with that. Not yet. So anyway, I'll let you watch a couple videos here, and you guys out there have yourself a Merry Christmas. If I don't see you again, and if you out at a swap meet or something, buy a train. They're actually pretty fun. They got all kinds of cool ones that do like audio stuff and smoke. And I remember when I was a kid, I had one you put 3-in-1 oil in it, and it would smoke. But they're way more sophisticated than that now. There's a lot of stuff on there. I've been looking all over the internet, trying to get into maybe getting into the hobby a little bit. I'm still definitely RC car guy. I'm not going to be train guy. But uh, hey, maybe you're into trains. If so, put me a comment down below if you can. If you're into it and you know what you're doing with it. Hey, I'm open to learning. Don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's just say that way. I'll see you guys. Merry Christmas, everybody.